What's up, everybody? Welcome to the episode of the C5 Summit panel, and we have an amazing cast of the CRE Digital Army joining us today. We also have an opportunity to link up with Alex Rodriguez after our panel because he's the closing keynote. We're looking forward to it. Check it out.
You catch that? My price still going up like NASDAQ. We send shots, make them duck like Affleck. All this fake news, can we bring the facts back? Never backtrack, still on the up and up. And nobody catching up to us. Every time we double down, then we double up. So if we keep winning, can you really call it luck?
So we're here at the C5 Summit, and we're excited to talk about personal branding, right, guys? Fellow Digital Army members here, jumping in to talk about how to create buzz and grow your business based on digital marketing, personal branding, social media, video content creation, things of that nature.
We are really, we are total fangirls for this panel, so I'm excited that I get to introduce them, actually. So we're gonna start our day 3 programming today, and here to talk about developing a personal brand in commercial real estate are Jayson, Siano of Sabre Advisors. And if you guys don't follow Sabre, I highly recommend it. Their retail section is phenomenal. Cory Zelnik of Zelnik and Company, Kyle Inserra of the National Restaurant Advisory, and Kristin, Rebeck of Edge. So let's give them a warm welcome and take some notes.
What's up, everybody? Who out there has a personal brand? Raise your hands if you have a personal brand. So we got a lot of work to do, people. No, I'm kidding. The funny part to me about how few of you raised your hands is you all have a personal brand. You just don't realize it. Who here, let me rephrase the question. Who here has a reputation?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, excellent, we're getting somewhere. Thank you. So, what you're not realizing right now and what we'll talk about next is, what is a personal brand, right? If I say a name, automatically you're gonna think of something in your head. You either like the person, you don't like the person, you think they are smart, they're not smart, right? You're gonna think, if we threw out names, everybody here would have something to think about the person that we just said the name of, right? The fact that the people here that did not raise their hand are not the ones that are actually telling their own story. That's the difference, right? If you're in real estate, if you're in sales, if you're in any business where you're front-facing, and you need people to know you, essentially. I actually posted on my Instagram today that you can't do business with people that don't know you exist, right? It's very simple. It's the concept of becoming more well-known. Do you think you're gonna sell more real estate or lease more real estate the more well-known you become? Yes or no?
Right, that's the goal.
So why are you guys not have a personal brand?
Yeah.
What's the difference between creating a personal brand and sharing my story and vanity?
Put out the content. You can't put out bad content. You want to be out there. And so put it out there. Don't worry about the vanity, just be yourself. Yeah. Because the idea behind it is that this platform it's really now becoming your business card. So be who you are. Let your clients know who you are. Let the customers know who you are. Let the other side of the transaction know who you are, if that's who you are.
Yeah. I didn't even have an Instagram account a year and a half ago. So it was, like you said, very humbling. I mean, to put yourself on camera is so incredibly hard. I can't tell you how many takes I did for my first post. But when you walk into a room to do a pitch and the people across the table already know who you are and where you're coming from, and you're like, hey, how are your boys? Or I saw you were downtown Bethesda the other day and I saw you were talking about this building. It's like, whoa. It just took all the pressure off of that meeting. It took the pressure off of me trying to, in a 20-minute conversation with a landlord or a tenant, trying to explain who I am and that I'm gonna work so hard for you and I'm your girl, to taking that all away. And it's like, then I just get to talk about what I know best, which is real estate.
Quick comment, do you have any input on Clubhouse? I find Clubhouse immediate, interactive with people in real time. What are your thoughts on Clubhouse?
I've hired probably just shy of 10 people as a result of Clubhouse and have a ton of new business as a result of it, but let me pass it to somebody else. Cory?
I love Clubhouse. I'm on there speaking at least 4 or 5 times a week. I love the format. I love the open dialogue with a group of like-minded people. I think I've learned something on every single group that I've sat in. And quite frankly, I've met 3 very large landlords here in the New York City market, and I used the Clubhouse. I rolled that into Instagram. I had contacted them, and I said, hey, we're in the same groups. We're talking the same language. We should meet. That converted into meetings, and it's going to convert to business. And so I don't love the format just because I got that business. I love the format, and because of it and being a participant in it and being myself in it, it led to the business. And that really, I think, speaks to all of this.
Yeah, I'm Blake Allen Realty in Colorado Springs area. I have a successful brokerage. I do a ton of business. I'm incredibly busy, and I don't do any social media or any of the rest of it. This may be relevant for Cory as much as anybody, is how do you transition and deal with the time management? Because I don't know how I would ever find time to do what you guys do.
Great question.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I have a national brokerage company with plus or minus 45 people all scattered across the U.S., and I have the time to do it. So how do I do it? The answer is Brittany Minetti, who's filming me right here, is on our payroll, and she's doing the far majority of the editing and video production. So I'm doing what I would do. I'm doing what you do, but Brittany's doing what she does.
A woman who handles my marketing, and so we do a lot of the work. Personally, I'm fanatically disciplined in terms of my personal regimen, physical fitness, what have you. And so you block the time, you work your calendar, and you hit the spot. We know as brokers, we're service providers, and sometimes we have to be fluid for our clients' needs. I'm an early riser. That helps me find time. But I will tell you, I'll give you a little trick that I just happened to stumble upon this summer. I went out, and I have a daughter at the University of Maryland, and she posted an internship in her sorority for this past summer. And I got three young ladies who wanted to get involved, and I had them walk the city. I had them take pictures, take video. They created content. They certainly know the technology. They can play with it. And yes, you pay them, but it's not at a high cost. It's not a full-time salary. But that covers me from a social media aspect in terms of my environment, meaning my properties, the clients I represent, and also the New York City market. People want to know about New York City, whether it's Times Square or Union Square or what have you. And so I didn't go into it thinking that, but it turned out to be perfect. And quite frankly, I have 8 girls who want to do it next summer because they got a kick out of what these 2 did this past summer. And so I found that very, very helpful in terms of developing content and then tying it into the company social media.
Veronica Malolas. I'm a managing broker and principal of a company from Orlando. My question is, you've talked about your clients getting to know you as a person and also as a real estate professional. So what is a good balance between personal postings versus real estate postings?
Everything. We're probably one step away from having cameras hung in our house, but it's to the point where things like having a French bulldog has gotten me a deal before, and the connections, like Cory was saying before, I'd never met my wife before, and they met for the first time today. They feel like they know each other. The more you share, you never know what somebody's going to connect to. So I would personally suggest putting out there everything that you feel comfortable with. And by the way, maybe you don't want to go out there and blatantly say something or show something, but there's a way to kind of get it out there. You don't want to put it out there that you're a Giants fan. Well, maybe wear a Giants shirt. You have a poster in the back, and you show pictures of that you're going on a trip, but you don't show the kids. There are ways to make it work, and you'll develop your own cadence over time, but I put it all out there.
Thank you, everybody, for your time.
Thank you for the question.
Thank you for everybody at C5. We appreciate it.
Anything now that you've learned during the last 18 months that's altered some of your philosophy and the way you approach things?
Yeah, I think one of the things that people in real estate can do, I think, a better job of this tremendous opportunity, which is content creation. It's really, really important to why you market yourself.
How are you? Good.
Enjoyed your talk earlier.
Thank you. Rock in Vegas told me to say hello. Rock's a good friend. Yeah. All right. So that was an amazing opportunity. So the National Realtors Association asked me to join a panel on being a power broker. And not sure exactly what that means, so I actually suggested creating a panel on digital marketing in commercial real estate, becoming a digital media company and creating a personal brand. And we invited a few folks from the Digital Army. And what's beautiful about the Digital Army is 2 of them couldn't make it last minute. 2 others jumped in. It went off seamlessly. And the audience was really, really intrigued and got up on their own. We didn't even get to Q&A. They just got up on their own and started asking questions, and had an opportunity to hang out a little bit with Alex Rodriguez. We have a mutual friend, Steve Rockman. Shout out Steve Rockman. And he loves you. He said you're his guy. And Alex actually said he really appreciated our panel, so he was obviously watching. And what's interesting is spending time with people like Ryan Serhant, who has a following and is in real estate. He has the following as a result of being on television, built a crazy business, and his vlog has more viewers than like Bravo does or some crazy thing. But think about it, Alex Rodriguez is a real estate investor, and he has a digital media company to grow his businesses, right? So everything he was talking about, he was saying how important it is as a real estate agent to create content. So guys, it's not just me saying this. There's a lot of people saying it that know what they're talking about, and more importantly, are doing it and growing their businesses. I hope you enjoyed the episode, got some tips from us, and be sure to subscribe and shout us out and forward the video elsewhere and all that fun stuff. Appreciate it.
Never backtrack, still on the up and up. And nobody catching up to us. Every time we double down, then we double up.